Hello friends, so today's video is going to be a list of some anticipated young adult and adult fantasy releases for January of 2023. For all of these, I'll be going in order of projected release date. Of course, these dates are subject to change, but these are the projected release dates as of right now. I'll also have this information in the description bar down below in case you'd like to reference back to it later. There's quite a few books, so I'm just going to jump right into it. The first few actually are projected for January 3rd, and the first one would be Song of Silver Flame Like Night. Without even really knowing anything about this book, I was already excited because I had read something by this author earlier this year and really liked it. So that book would be Blood Heir, which I have described as feeling a little bit like a slightly older version of Six of Crows, specifically in how the characters are revealed to you slowly throughout the story, how their backstories are revealed to you. So I really, really liked Blood Heir. I can't wait to continue on with that trilogy, but then I saw that this one is coming out and I'm very, very excited. So jumping into the synopsis for it, it says, in a fallen kingdom, one girl carries the key to discovering the secrets of her nation's past and unleashing the demons that sleep at its heart, an epic fantasy series inspired by the mythology and folklore of ancient China. Once, Lon had a different name. Now she goes by the one the Atlantean colonizers gave her when they invaded her kingdom, killed her mother, and outlawed her people's magic. She spends her nights as a song girl in a city transformed by the conquerors, and her days scavenging for what she can find of the past. Anything to understand the strange mark burned into her arm by her mother in her last act before she died. The mark is mysterious, an untranslatable hidden character, and no one but Lon can see it. Until the night, a boy appears at her tea house and saves her life. Zen is a practitioner, one of the fabled magicians of the Last Kingdom. Their magic was rumored to have been drawn from the demons they communed with, magic believed to be long lost. Now it must be hidden from the Atlanteans at all costs. When Zen comes across Lon, he recognizes what she is, a practitioner with a powerful ability hidden in the mark on her arm. He's never seen anything like it, but he knows that if there are answers, they lie deep in the pine forests and misty mountains of the Last Kingdom, with an order of practicing masters planning to overthrow the Atlantean regime. Both Lon and Zen have secrets buried deep within, secrets they must hide from others, and secrets that they themselves have yet to discover. Fate has connected them, but their destiny remains unwritten. Both hold the power to liberate their land, and both hold the power to destroy the world. Now the battle for the Last Kingdom begins. Beyond being excited at the fact that this author has a new work coming out, beyond being excited by that synopsis, which I think the book sounds really great, it's also exciting to see that early reviews of it are very, very favorable. People seem to really, really be liking it, so very excited for that one. After that, we have another book where early reviews seem to be very excited for it. They seem to really be liking it, and that would be Unseelie. So the synopsis for this one says, twin sisters, both on the run, but different as day and night. One, a professional rogue, searches for a fabled treasure. The other, a changeling, searches for the truth behind her origins, trying to find a place to fit in with the realm of Fae, who made her and the humans who shun her. Unseelie Greygrove looks just like her twin Isolde, but as an autistic changeling trying to navigate her unpredictable magic, Unseelie finds it more difficult to fit in with the humans around her. When Unseelie and Isolde are caught up in a heist gone wrong and make some unexpected allies, they find themselves unraveling a larger mystery that has its roots in the history of humans and Fae alike. But can Unseelie harness her magic in time to protect her sister and herself? I know for a lot of people, they're getting to be a little bit tired of Fae stories, but what I'm really excited about with this one is, one, the emphasis definitely seems to be on the sister relationship, which is a nice change of pace. And then also, it's really exciting to see that the main character is somebody who is autistic. I think that's awesome, and I can't wait for this one. I won't get too into it, but Stolen Heir is another one that I think myself and quite a few people are excited to see. Speaking of Fae stories, this is one that follows a character from the Folk of the Air series by Holly Black. I am interested to see what this author does returning to this world. I didn't love Book of Night. That was their most recent release, but I am excited to be back in this particular Fae world that she's created. I'm interested to see what she does with this one character that is going to be the main focus. I almost don't want to say too much about it though, in case you haven't read the original trilogy. I don't really want to give away anybody's names, but Stolen Heir, I'm excited for that one. Really quick, I don't know the exact date for this one, but I just want to throw out there that I am very highly anticipating the first of Brandon Sanderson's secret projects. I think that we're probably not going to know an exact release date, specifically because it's going to be delivered to a lot of people via BookBox, and that's going to be different from person to person. And when I checked last, I didn't see a set release date, although I know some people are just going to be getting digital copies, or some people are going to be getting audiobooks. So I'm hoping that all of us that get the digital copies and audiobooks get them at the same time, and we can all jump into it at the same time. I know a lot of us are probably going to jump into it immediately. I can't wait. Anyway, getting back to the last of the books released on January 3rd, this one would be A Ruinous Fate. It's the first in a series, and it says, "Fate does not choose the weak. Fate chooses the ready." Rosewood is a witch with a long streak of bad luck. Like all witches in Illustrious, her fate is directly tied to witches' dice, powerful artifacts that have blessed her kind with limitless magic, but also set them on a path toward destruction. Cursed with unspeakable powers that terrify even the most dangerous witches and fae, Kala deserted her coven 4 years ago and has been hiding with her 2 best friends since. But Kala is also hiding a grave secret. She is only 3 rolls away from becoming the last blood warrior and starting the final war that will decimate her people and eradicate their magic. After a betrayal from her ex leads her one step closer to fulfilling that age-old prophecy, Kala is desperate to do whatever it takes to reset her fate, even if that means journeying into the deadly, never-ending forest with said ex and his enticing yet enigmatic older brother to find the one being who can help her forge her own path. As Kala ventures farther into the enchanted woods, she finds her heart torn between her past desires and the alluring new possibilities of her future, and learns that choosing your own destiny may come with deadly consequences. Now switching to books that are projected to be released January 10th, this first one sounds so good. I basically didn't need to hear anything besides the first couple of words, and you'll see. It says, "Gotham meets Strange the Dreamer." I was sold after I read that, but for the sake of informing all of you, I'll read on. Gotham meets Strange the Dreamer in this thrilling young adult fantasy about a cowardly girl who finds herself at the center of a criminal syndicate conspiracy in a city where crooked politicians and a sinister cult reign, and dreaming means waking up as your worst nightmare. One of the reviews says this book is effing weird, and I love it. It has pterodactyls, vampires, and a cult run by a giant lizard. That's all I'm going to read of that review, but I mean, even the reviews are exciting and fun. I'm excited. I hope it's as good as I'm craving. Next up, we have Riven. This one has very, very, very few early reviews, but one of them is saying that the world building, the beginning, has fantastic world building, so that's already exciting. But regardless, the synopsis for this one says, Mars Darksfane wants out from under the thumb of Una, the crime boss who pulled him off the streets as a child and trained him as an assassin, out from the island country of Riven, where magic in the form of dangerous material called ice allows the rich to live in luxury and keeps the poor in thrall. Mars is a secret adept, a person born with the ability to channel the magic that flows beneath Riven. And while his power gives him abilities useful to an assassin, it also makes him a target. When his last mission ends in tragedy, Mars finally decides it's time to escape to the mainland. No magic, no history, a new life on his own. But Una has other ideas. If Mars wants his freedom, he's going to have to perform a final job, protecting Fira Torvald and stealing from her a mysterious object known only as the Primer. Last, for January 10th, we have the first in Duology, and it is called The Daughters of Izdihar. This one has also quite a long synopsis, as a lot of these have, so I'm actually going to keep this one a little bit brief, especially because I have seen a decent amount of people talking about it. But it's a debut, and it says it's set wholly in a new world, but inspired by modern Egyptian history, about 2 young women, Nahal, a spoiled aristocrat used to getting what she wants, and Georgina, a poor bookshop worker used to having nothing, who find they have far more in common, particularly in their struggle for the rights of women and their ability to fight for it with forbidden elemental magic. I'm also excited because you don't see Egyptian-inspired magic systems as often as I personally would like, because I just think that's a fascinating thing to explore in a fantasy setting, so I think this one sounds like a lot of fun. The rest of these, typically you find books are released on Tuesdays, but some of these have some strange projected release dates, so I'll just have all of those release dates up on the screen, and like I said at the beginning, I'll have them in the description bar for reference. But one of them would be The Mysteries of Thorn Manor, and this is just a novella, I believe, set in the same world as Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. After that, Godkiller. This one sounds really cool. I will say I am probably going to absolutely butcher the names of certain beings and people just that are in the synopsis. But the synopsis is brief, so I'll read it through. It says, Kissin kills gods for a living, and she enjoys it. That is until she finds a god she cannot kill, Skedaseth, god of white lies, who is connected to a little noble girl on the run. Elagast fought in the God War and helped purge the city of 1,000 shrines before laying down his sword. A mysterious request from the king sends him racing back to the city he destroyed. On the way, he meets a Godkiller, a little girl and a littler god who cannot find out about his quests. And also, that cover is breathtaking. After that, we have The Spiced Road, the first in a series. The synopsis says, raised to protect her nation from the monsters lurking in the sands, 17-year-old Imani must fight to find her brother, whose betrayal is now their greatest threat. In the hidden desert city of Kali, a secret spice magic awakens affinities in those who drink the Misra tea. With an affinity for iron, 17-year-old Imani wields a dagger like no other warrior, garnering her the reputation as the next greatest shield for battling the dangerous jinn, ghouls, and other monsters that lurk in the sands beyond the city limits. Her reputation has been overshadowed, however, by her brother, who tarnished the family name after he was discovered stealing their nation's coveted spice, a telltale sign of magical obsession. He disappeared soon after, believed to have died beyond the Forbidden Wastes, and leaving Imani reeling with both betrayal and grief. But when Imani uncovers evidence her brother may be alive and spreading their nation's magic beyond the desert, she strikes a deal with the council to find him and bring him back before he can reveal the city's location. While I would love to get around to every single one of these, realistically I won't be able to, but I'll try to get to as many as possible. So I look forward to many of these releases. I'm definitely curious, which one have you already had on your radar and you're really excited for, and then which one have you not heard about previously but now you're really interested in. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you all later.